Hello, everyone. I'm Rick Kramer, your solutions architect here with Great Tech Group. Thank you so much for joining me this week at 15 at 15 session, or as I like to refer to it as fun for 15 minutes, where I'll dive into what makes Ideate Software Solutions Explorer my personal certified fresh plugin for Revit. That's right, certified fresh. You heard it first here at Ideate. In this week's session, we will be focusing on Revit warnings and how to deal with them specifically with Ideate Explorer. And don't forget, at the end of this webinar, we have a short survey for you. We'd love to know how we did and what topics you'd like to see on our future webinars. So without further ado, let's jump right into Ideate Explorer for Revit. But just remember, help is just a click away with our software, and you can find help within our Ideate solutions or within the help button on our applications. You can also email us at support@ideatesoftware.com. And as you can see here in the ribbon over here, you can see there's a help button, which I gotta say is super helpful. I don't know about you, but I love apps that are actually helpful. And built in here is a help menu where you can connect with our Ideate Solution Technical Support Specialist. That was an easy one to say, directly. You can also email support@ideate.com, don't forget. And in Ideate Explorer that we're going to be taking a look at, if you take a look at the question mark, over here is where you can even get more questions answered and go back to that help menu. Either one, the help menu under the collaborate under the tab right there that you see in the ribbon, or within the pop-up dialog box you'll see. So let's take a look at further information. And online, if you're looking at today's session, afterwards, today's session is going to be recorded online and available on YouTube. Make sure to look us up under 15 at 15 recordings. Now, make sure to put recordings at the end of 15 at 15, because if you're like me, I went through and looked at 15 at 15, came up with a bunch of different things, so don't take a look at the 15 at 15 without recordings. You'll see a playlist of all of our 15 at 15 webinars where we explore different training topics using our Ideate solutions. I think you'll find them helpful. I know I did. So what exactly are the Explorer tools? Well, the Explorer tools includes the four following tools that increase your model accuracy, which includes Ideate Warnings Manager, Ideate Query, Ideate Navigate, and Ideate Filters. But today, I got to tell you, I'm super excited. We are going to be specifically talking about Ideate Warnings Manager inside of Revit. So Ideate Explorer, let's take a look through the app. What does it look like? Here, when you launch our Ideate Explorer solution, you'll have a new ribbon inside of Revit included with the Ideate apps and Ideate software solutions that you've purchased. In this case, I have all the solutions because I really, really love them. Today, we're going to be focusing on Ideate Explorer. And let's see how it works. Included in Ideate Explorer is an easy to navigate deep dive into the model, as well as a way to navigate the project. If we start talking about navigating the project, as you know, Revit, game changer, right? It is the best design tool, bar none, for our industry, architecture, engineering, for working on design models. But trying to find information inside of a model and navigate to it, deal with it, is a nightmare. I know if you're watching this, you probably agree. It's a great design tool, but finding information, good luck with that. And today we're going to be taking a look at specifically dealing with the third tab over here in Revit Warnings. And so, but first, let's explore what exactly is a Revit warning. So here we have a typical project. So let's take a look at this. If I start to go into this typical type of project where I'm looking at my model, I'm going to go maybe into Revit Warnings, assuming I've gone through and looked at my warnings. Now, I'm going to go through this warnings list, but keep in mind, if you've seen this before, you know that there's no list. There's no hierarchy on this list. It's kind of a smorgasbord. That's right, smorgasbord of different warnings. Which ones are the most important ones? I don't know. Now, if we wanted to go through and take a look at a specific one, let's say we wanted to focus on this one right here, highlighting floors that overlap. Great. Let's take a deep dive into it. I'm going to click on it and understand that there's two things that are overlapping. I'll select it and click show. Fingers crossed that we get to see it. How many times have you seen this error, right? I look around for it and I'm like, where is it? I thought I clicked show. All right, well, let me go back a different way. Remember the ID at the end? Well, first of all, there's no way to right click and copy that, so I got to write that down. What was it? 211407? I think that was it. I'll go over here, select elements by ID, and type that in. Fingers crossed that I remembered it. And remember, this is just one warning out of a whole list. And then I go, all right, where is it? I click show. I look at it like, where in the heck is it? I'll click show again. Where is it? This is where is Waldo? This is nuts. And at this point, I've given up and I've moved on. And I got to tell you, well, hold on a minute. I'm going to pause the script for a moment. I'm going to go off script here, folks. I'm sorry, Ideate, but I don't know this. I don't know if you all know this. Naveen works with me. She's on the call over here, but my typical job is most of the time 80% doing technical support for Graytech. And my job is always receiving a phone call from a frustrated BIM manager. And I got to tell you, this morning, matter of fact, I got a call from a BIM manager. Naveen, you're not going to believe this. I had a customer, real true story, in Revit 2024. They were dealing with a corrupt project. Guess what we ended up having to do? Any guess? Take a wild guess what we ended up having to do with that corrupt Revit file.
Hopefully you went to Explorer to find the issue?
No, they didn't have it. No, that would have been a good one, right? No, they didn't have Explorer. They were just dealing with regular Revit. And I got to tell you, this is why I just wanted to pause the presentation to talk about this, because what we ended up having to do, they had thousands of comments on the bottom, the warnings dialog box that they had ignored. Their whole team had ignored. The BIM manager came up and said, we have a corrupt file. They ended up having to restore a previous version from a couple days ago. They lost 2 days worth of work. Imagine a team of 5 people all day working to recap what they've done in 2 days, which means they've lost 2 days of production, right? So now they're 4 days behind just to catch up. I'd hate to be that PM. And I told him all about Ideate Explorer warnings dialog box, and he's like, sign me up. And the price, I'm not even going to talk about price because I'm a demo guy. I provide tech support. The price pays for itself the first time it's being used. So I want to show you, let me kind of go back into it, but I just had to show everyone real case scenario, and I'm sure you've had that same kind of issue before dealing with Revit warnings. If you're like me, you've probably ignored them, or when you try to deal with them, where in the heck are they? Let's take a look. I'm going to go back now and show you how Revit warnings can be handled using Ideate Explorer. So let's take a look at the same project over here. In this case, I'm going to go through and use, nope, not that one. I'm not going to use Revit warnings. Forget that. I'm going to go to Ideate Explorer and launch Explorer on the left-hand side. I want you to notice how fast it is. It opens up a project, which, by the way, can be on BIM Collaborate Pro or local. It opens up all my information, and I'm going to go right to warnings. Let's take a look right now what's important here. In ranked order of importance is red, objects. This tells me these are the things that need to be addressed. Then yellow, then green, then white. I now have a grocery list of all the different things that I need to address in a very specific order. And you're probably wondering, how did this get generated? Right out of the box is a list under settings, under manage warnings, that can be customized of all of the typical type of warnings that are in Revit. This is an extensive list that we've gone through and even created a project threshold that can be set up so that if you reach that threshold, it'll automatically kick off Ideate Explorer warnings and list all of the objects that are in red, And all of these are objects that are real high rank issue warnings, things that are in yellow. You'll notice one over here is green. We'll come back to that in just a moment. This list can be customized and exported and shared within your design team. So you can have different type of teams. Here, for example, I can change very easily a room failure issue to a yellow warning. But if there's a specific warning that I know that I'm going to deal with, I can type it here in the search bar. This is easy to use, folks. Over here, I can do sweeps. I love doing wall sweeps as an interior designer. I do cornices all the time, and this is a big issue if it didn't get created correctly. So I'm going to change it from medium to high, right? So now it's red. All I have to do is hit save, and boom. Now, in just a moment, my Ideate Explorer is now going to show me all the new issues that are high ranked in red of 4 sweeps that were missed. I thought I had created them. So you could imagine this is going to update in my elevations and everything. So now let's take a look at those floors that were overlapping. Remember those ones that we were just looking at? Pain in the butt to try to deal with. Well, to find them, all I have to do is select it, right click, and isolate it. Now look how easy it is to find it. I move over Ideate Explorer over to the side, and live working in this project, I can now access the issue that's being giving us a headache. Notice the number, the ID, it's the same one that we were working on before. And now I can select it, edit the boundary, actually go through and fix the warning, right? And now go through and fix the warning issue, go through, make these 2 floor slabs where they don't intersect and cause issue. And I'm going to say don't attach. Next, I'm going to say, nope, let's not do that. And now I've gone through and fixed that issue. And the Explorer automatically updates with all my new information that I need to deal with. This one issue is now closed and I can move on with my life. Imagine how easy that is. And if we start talking about Revit warnings, as you might know, if you ignore those warnings long enough, they're like dust bunnies, right? Those dust bunnies start to collect and become a corrupt issue. I'll give you another analogy. Let's say if you're driving down the road and your car starts to make this loud noise, do you ignore it? No, you take it to a mechanic. It's the same thing with Revit warnings. Let's take a look at another scenario, working with duplicate elements. In this example, see what I did there? The duplicate elements. I gotta have fun, right?
That's great.
So let's take a look at the same project over here. Now, in this case, I had an interior designer work on my project. Maybe it's a low-level intern, doesn't matter. They started to go through, and I realized in looking at there that there might be identical things. And I'm just going to filter just my high-ranked objects. When I have duplicates, this could increase my room schedule, my finish schedule, my room schedule, furniture, whatever it is. This schedule is going to appear twice. Using regular Revit tools, now I've identified, I can highlight the objects and notice in the project browser that each of these elements have 2 things right on top of each other. How else would you be able to tell this in regular Revit? You couldn't. So how to deal with them? Super easy. Select it, right click, retain original, and I can see that I have all this different furniture and supports, 51 of them, and hit OK. But wait, some of those supports are stuck to the ground, right? So in this case, Revit says, nope, ain't going to happen. They're pinned. So what do? I select it again, and within my ribbon, I'll notice that I have 14 elements that are stuck to the ground. Type in up, right, for unpin, or click there. And now I've unpinned them, and I can go back and retain originals and remove all those duplicate elements. And as you now know, my schedule is going to reflect the accurate count of my furniture. So imagine anything that you're going through and counting. Now I can go through my different list and go to medium and start to deal with the next issue and the next issue. I got to tell you, Naveen, I mean, since my introduction to Ideate tools recently, I wish I had this years ago. As a BIM manager, this could have saved me hours and weekends. Where were you in my life like a couple years ago, huh?
You could have called me. I don't know.
I don't know, right? Oh, but folks, really, I got to tell you, as a technical support specialist, this is what I deal with day in and day out. This one particular issue within Revit is a huge deal. as you're working on a project, if you're just a person working on a project, let's be honest, you typically go through and ignore the warnings dialog box that's on the bottom right-hand side. If you're a project manager or BIM manager responsible for a lot of projects, this could save your company an incredible amount of time and money. And with that, I want to thank you so much for your time. And as you can see, it just makes sense. Dollars and cents. So again, thank you so much. And don't forget, if you have questions, because we're right after 15 minutes, if you have questions, please feel free to reach out to us or in the chat window. And I'll be happy to go through and happy to answer any of your questions you have via email. So again, Naveen, thank you so much for your time. We're right at 15 minutes, a little bit after. So thank you all so much for your time. Have a great rest of your day. Stay safe.
Thank you.